Dude, I love shooting the 308, but
Definitely.
this bolt action is just not doing anymore. I need something bigger, semi-auto.
Okay, well, semi-auto. AR-15, right?
No, but 308, like AR-10?
AR-10, okay,
Yeah.
but like how much are we talking?
Nah, man, it's got to be on a budget.
On a budget? Not this one, sorry. Yeah, SR-25.
Now, like under a grand. Let's talk
Okay.
about it. Top 5 budget AR-10 rifles.
It's my AR-15 look anemic. Welcome back to Class Firearms, guys. Jason here with Matt.
What's up, everybody?
Of course, we're here to talk to you about the top 5. I'd say what, like budget?
Budget's
AR-10s?
a good word.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great list that we, put together here. Quality, performance, what you get out of the box, and we kind of came up with that and came with what we got. So,
Now, obviously there are going to be indicators that are going to be hit better at some of the higher price points.
Right.
But what we wanted to do is put a list together that this would be a functioning, baseline model kind of firearm that you could get into relatively inexpensively. Because, a lot of people want to kind of dip their toe in when they're getting into new shooting or expanding into a different type of shooting.
Right.
So if you're out there looking for a semi-auto 308 AR style rifle, we think this is going to be something that provides you value at the cost.
right, exactly. You can easily go out there and spend $6,000, but why? Why do you need to do that? We gave you a pretty comprehensive
At least not at first.
Right.
Yeah.
So there you guys go. Also, this also covers like traditional AR-10s and also LR-308. So we actually did that video together.
Yeah,
and breaking down. So if you don't know, check that one out. And you know what? Let's just get into it.
Number 5 on our list is the Great Lakes Firearm GLFA 308. So
It's a mouthful.
it is a little bit of a mouthful. So this is an LR308 style firearm, so not an AR-10 exactly. And one of the cool things about them is they come in 16-inch and 18-inch barrels. This is the 18-inch barrel. It's got a stainless steel barrel with this really cool kind of pepper box muzzle brake or
Compensator.
Yep. You can see it comes stocked with a lot of the features we'd expect from kind of a modern AR style rifle with the M-LOK handguard. The Picatinny rail extends, for your front sight and then across the back of the rail and all the way across the upper receiver. Adjustable stock, very standard AR-15 controls. Looks like just a standard kind of A2 style pistol grip. Does not come with Leupold scope mounted on it. We did that for our purposes. But one of the really cool things about Great Lakes Firearms is, people love to customize their firearms, and between the different options they have, there are like 8 or so, I think, different custom finishes that Great Lakes offers. So if you want to kind of express yourself
Right.
through what you carry at the range, Great Lakes Firearms makes a great.
And if you need one more expression point, you could just rattle can it. So there you go.
That's true. Don't be afraid to paint your guns, folks.
Yeah.
I think that's a good takeaway.
Yeah.
They're yours. Don't be afraid to get them dirty, scratch them, and then just spray the crap out of them.
All right, there you go. What do we say the MSRP is about these?
So these are depending on the option, falls from just under 1,000 to just over 1,000, right? So I think it's right around 900 to 1,100. So we try to pick an option here that falls on the short end of that spectrum. But certainly, again, one of the things is we as a team, I should say, have shot the Great Lakes Firearms before. So I don't personally have experience. I don't think
I don't have experience.
But you know what? We're going to make sure to fix that, right? So
Yeah.
we're gonna take it out to the range, put it through its paces. But if not, we have some footage that we can put up with. I think Kaya shooting it at the range.
Turkish Houdini at it again.
But there you go, guys. So number 5 is the Great Lakes Firearm GLFA 308.
Coming in at number 4 is the DPMS DP10. Now that one's pretty cool, right? Hits at budget option.
Yeah,
pretty
so
cool.
as low as around $800.
So there you go. $800, still got enough money to upgrade it slightly underneath the budget, of course. And of course, you're probably gonna put glass on it. So that is at your discretion. That's yours. So
Yep. We don't have one here to show you, but of course the DPMS is a DPMS LR308.
Right.
So, that just kind of makes sense. But again, I think it's a fantastic option from a name that, I know that maybe being a little bit older than some of the people in the video team.
seasoned.
Yeah, seasoned. I like that. A little salt and pepper, you know what I'm saying? But so I remember growing up with the DPMS name, like the Panther, the Oracle, those sort of things, And so I think the DP10, fantastic firearm, and it's probably one of the least expensive on the option on our list here. So if you are looking to get into a LR308, but you're dipping your toe in, like I said earlier, I think that this makes a great option for that.
Great to test the waters with. Yeah.
I like the clamshell handguard on it.
Oh.
Yeah, so there are options. The lower expensive ones have the plastic kind of like old
Yeah.
school handguards, and there are options that have rails on them and stuff. But again, that's where we talk about entering the market at your price point, right?
Right. So there you guys go. Coming in at number 3, it's got to be the Radical RF10. Now this one's pretty cool, right? Because it definitely teeter-totters the line, obviously within budget, but it's actually one of the lowest costs.
I think on our list, this is the lowest cost, which is, knocking on $700.
Right. And then here's the thing. I will say this. You actually get upgraded like furniture into it. So that to me is awesome. Of course, they carried it over from their line from the AR-15 series. We love the Radical firearms in the regular AR-15 setting, and it comes with the B5 furniture. So that's a bonus. You don't have to spend any extra money there. So there you go.
Yeah, I think Radical really knocks it out of the park when we talk about that whole value proposition, right? It's not just about low cost. It's also about providing value. And I think Radical really knocks it out of the park when it comes to that. Again, much more experience with the AR-15 line, but their AR-10s offer, look at this. You got an upgraded pistol grip on here. You've got this beautiful rail, lots of space.
I will say it's still a cheese grater handguard, but that's just me and my hands. So.
It sounds like you just got soft hands, bro.
Definitely don't have soft hands, but it will definitely make sure your hands are very well smooth and polished.
But Radical's really, I think, doing a great job kind of taking over some of that lower price point market. We've lost some companies in that area.
RIP to Anderson. You dig. Poverty ponies out.
But Radical, again, I think we've proven before that the performance rivals much more expensive firearms, at least when we've done testing head to head in the AR-15 line. So Radical Firearms RF10, another great entry, and again, probably the least expensive on our list. All right, so our number 2 on our list is the Diamondback Firearms DB10 in 308. So we don't have that on the table. What we have here is a Honey, I Shrunk the Gun situation, because this is their package deal that comes with a 300 blackout upper and a 5.56 upper in their AR-15 line. But both of the guns, the 308 we're talking about and this rifle, come with really nice Magpul furniture. It does come just under our $1,000 cutoff point.
Skosh under.
But it's still a fantastic American-made rifle, and it looks very similar to the one that we picked out. Very similar as far as the finish and the furniture, so that's why we thought this would be a great visual for people when we didn't have the actual rifle available.
So they do this in the AR-15. Now I wonder if they could do it with the actual 308 version. Maybe a 308 and a 6.5?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. In fact, I think that's an underrated thing. Remember that AR-10s can come in calibers beside 308. Like 243 Winchester, 6.5 Creedmoor, things that share the same kind of case. But yeah, I think the most entertaining thing for me about Diamondback is their origin story. Did you know they got started making airboats for the Florida Everglades?
That's definitely Florida man for you.
That's so cool, though. But yeah, Diamondback, we'd love to see a package deal available on the DB10 as well. And can you imagine 308 and a 6.5?
I like that.
Let's do it.
So I feel like we've gotten to a number 2, rolling on to number 1. But before we get there, man, you know what time it is.
Honorable mention time?
Honorable mention time. What were you thinking?
So I think I'm going to go with the Delton. One second.
Oh, okay. Delton action going on.
All right. So no optic on this one since it's just an honorable mention, but Delton is a fantastic company. It unfortunately is one of those kind of companies that we've lost along the way, I believe. So
Boys to Men Overture. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
When we talk about a great kind of budget or value rifle, I think Delton was a key player in that regard.
Wow, it's like a real eulogy.
And these Delton 308 rifles are, again, just look at this. This is a beautiful rifle. It's got your nice M-lock rail. Got this really nice stock. It's not just a little A2. It's a beautiful rifle. And again, very value added kind of thing when you look at the price point versus what you get.
Absolutely. And when it comes down to it, obviously, even look at the Picatinny handguard up top. This actually is so deep enough, you can actually reroute cables to make it work. So little fun fact.
Now, guys, just because they're not being manufactured anymore doesn't mean that they're unavailable. We only included it as an honorable mention because you can still go out and purchase these. They're on the market. Supplies, of course, are dwindling, but still available for purchase.
Yep. And mine, I'm glad you got that one good because that one's solid. But mine is definitely the route that probably a lot of people also take, and that's the build your own route. And we're talking about one of the most premier lines in it, and that's the Arrow line, the Arrow M5. So that one's really great. Now, the only reason why I put that as an honorable mention is not because it's not great and not because it doesn't deserve to be on the list, but because they don't sell the full firearm.
All right, so talking about Arrow, I felt like this is a great opportunity to be able to kind of show off using a sister company of theirs, SAG, an actual AR-10. So all of the guns on our list have been LR308s. We mentioned the difference at the beginning of the video. So if you look here at the rear of the receiver, you can see that slant cut between where the upper and lower meet. So that is a actual like Armalite style AR-10,
Right.
as opposed to when you see the curved meeting. Here, let's flip this around again, and you can see the curved meeting between the upper and lower. That's the LR-308.
Right.
So again, talking about arrow, it just made me go, oh, there's a stagger.
Oh, yeah.
Let's show them the difference real quick.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
So of course, I mean, it being, again, Arrow doesn't make the full firearms, and they're very well deserved to be on the list. Stag being this on there, it makes a full firearm, but this one is out of the price range.
It is out of the
so
price range.
There is that one. So FYI, Arrow makes great stuff. They make solid products, but if it came with a full gun, it would have definitely made the list, in my opinion.
And one of the great things about it is you can pick where you want
Yeah,
to
where you
start,
want-
right?
yeah.
How complex? Do you want to assemble everything, or do you want to just mate an upper and a lower? Do you want to build lower, just mate an upper to it?
Mm-hmm.
You get to pick what you're comfortable with and what you feel qualified to do.
And guys, be leery when you are buying AR-10 parts.
Because of the difference.
Because of the difference. Not only that in just the receivers, but we're talking about even in the shelf height when it comes to the hand guards. So
So there's a high and low rail. So sometimes, where the receiver rail is and the handguard rail is, they have to match. So definitely do your homework first.
definitely. I feel like we busted it out, man.
Yeah, let's do number one.
The Ruger SFAR. Now, every time I say SFAR, I kind of
Think Safari.
Yeah, right? Like, it kind of just flows. Ruger, I mean, definitely not trademark, but you can pay me for it. But there you guys go. The SFAR. Again, it's a kind of a cool thing, right? It's like a hybrid, right? They went for the lightweightness of an AR-15 and then blended it into the LR-308 or AR-10, or what we know it for. So, I mean, great, man. This thing's really cool. Again, right underneath that line. So it's a skosh under a G. So you get a lot of performance out of that. Of course, paired off with like Magpul furniture. So again, greatness out of the box.
Yeah.
We've talked about that and many other variants that we have here. But then again, you get the lightweightness of that kind of AR-15 feel in a 308.
And one of the things I like was, I mean, this is obviously kind of the most intricate receiver we've seen amongst the group. Most of these have been pretty plain, right, when it comes to that regard. But you got these cool kind of like lightning cuts and a little bit extra fencing around the magwell. You've got this really nice rail. We were talking about this before with the kind of elimination of these Picatinny slots here. Of course, again, if you're somebody who likes to get like that C clamp on there, I think it kind of helps with your hand. You're not doing the cheese grater thing we talked about, but you still have the rail space here and here in order to maybe mount something like thermal in front of your optic, or if you're running like a D-ball or something up here. Also, look at that brake.
Two-chamber brake. The shape of that is very interesting. This is actually one of the only ones that actually has an adjustable gas block. So again, feature-rich out of the box, come with those upgraded features, and it sounds pretty good, man.
And especially with the recoil of 308, I think an adjustable gas block is a phenomenal feature because you can really dial in to make it the least felt recoil while maintaining your performance.
So you're all still under a G. Sounds good to me.
So, again, you get some features that are maybe a little bit higher performance than some of these other ones where it just has a regular flash height or something. This has got this really cool brake.
Absolutely. And you know what? Our blog writer, Pete Steele, he's actually got a lot of time behind this one.
So does Rod Steele.
Pete Steele?
Pete? Okay.
Dirk Diggler, I don't know. Crazy. But yeah, he's got a lot of time behind this one and definitely can co-sign for that. So, hey, love it.
Yeah. So I don't know what more you could say. Ruger Precision right out of the box. That is why it's our number one on our budget top 5. So guys, what do you think? If you want us to continue making these kind of lists, are you looking for the budget stuff? I think that's going to be very popular with a lot of you, but you let us know. Maybe you want more Gucci stuff.
You know what? I think we need to bring back that video that you and I did. Budget versus bougie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's always a fun comparison, right? Are you looking for hunting rifles, self-defense shotguns, sporting shotguns, hunting shotgun? Like what kind of list do you think you'd be interested in seeing? Or are you like, nah, we're tired of seeing you guys talk about these top 5 things? Just get down there in the comment section, let us know.
Sound off, folks. But of course, guys, we appreciate your business.
God bless.
We'll see you guys later.